started. And then at the end, we will introduce all of our cast members. Once upon a time, a little girl and her father lived near a very dark wood. The girl's nickname was Little Red Riding Hood, probably because her father's favorite color was red, and that was all he ever chose for his daughter when he went shopping. All that red, no doubt, made Little Red's temper a bit short and unpredictable.
I'm Little Red's father. I love red. I'm Little Red. I would like something besides red.
Let's put all that aside for right now. One day, Little Red's father got a phone call.
Hello. This is Grandma. How are you? I'm fine. How are you? I don't feel well today. I have a stuffy nose and a fever. I'm sorry. Could you send Little Red with some chicken soup? That makes me feel so much better. Of course. I hope you feel better soon.
And so, Father dragged Little Red away from the book she was reading and placed a basket of crackers and hot chicken soup in her arms.
Take this to Grandma. Now? Yes.
So Little Red marked her place in the book and reluctantly put on her red cape. Now, Grandma lived deep in the dark wood at the end of the path. Little Red would have rather been reading, of course, but she took off anyways with the basket in a bad attitude. She knew Grandma would probably be on the phone, so she tucked the book in the basket too.
Here we go.
As everyone knows, woods are the habitat for wolves, and in this particular wood, there lived an evil and very hungry wolf. As Little Red passed his lair, he got a good whiff of chicken soup.
I smell soup. He licked his lips and began to follow Little Red, keeping carefully in the bush. Little Red sang to herself as she walked. I'm going to Grandma's house. I'm going to Grandma's house. Grandma's house? Suddenly the wolf had a brilliant idea. He would beat Little Red to Grandma's house, where he knew the way, and 4 legs back in 2. I'll eat Grandma, I'll eat Little Red, and I'll eat the soup. The little girl skipped on down the path, and the wolf raced for Grandma's house. When he arrived, and peeked in the window, he saw Grandma in bed with an ice pack on her head. He jumped in the window and snarled at Grandma. I'll eat you out. No, you won't. You won't be able to get me.
And Grandma belted him with a good one on his tender nose with her ice pack. She just barely made it to the closet and slammed the door in the wolf's face before his jaws snapped shut.
Miss. That was close. I am glad I am so fast.
And then the wolf got another brilliant idea. He put on a gown of Grandma's and her nightcap, which had fallen off in the scuffle. Climbed into bed and pulled the covers up to his chin. Grandma says,
Grandma.
Grandma.
you won't, Little Red.
You won't. Little Red is too small for a trick like that. I will. I'm gonna eat you too.
A few minutes later, Little Red walked into Grandma's house.
Hello, Grandma. Hello, Little Red. How are you feeling? Bad.
Little Red sat near Grandma's bed and handed her the basket.
Here is some soup. Good.
Little Red looked carefully at her grandmother. Grandma seemed a bit different, but maybe she'd been on the phone too long and was simply exhausted.
Grandma, what big eyes you have. That is to feel with. Grandma, what big ears you have. That is to hear with.
The wolf licked his lips. He could hardly wait to begin his feast.
Grandma, what big teeth you have.
Grandma had her ear pressed to the closet door this whole time, and she knew that Little Red was in terrible danger. She did the only thing she could to save her granddaughter.
Do you have the new book? Do you want to read it?
Now, Little Red was a bit confused. She thought the voice she had heard had come from the closet and not the figure in bed. She did the only thing she could, being such a good reader.
Let's see your book. What? Your new book.
Now, the wolf knew nothing about books because he'd never been to school and he'd never learned to read. He didn't even know what a book looked like, but he knew that if he didn't get busy eating her, his chance for a meal would be gone forever. He handed Little Red a nearby flower and licked his lips.
Let's see the book. Oh, I'm good.
Well, Little Red looked puzzled. She looked closer at the figure in bed.
You're not Grandma. You're right. You're a wolf.
Little Red instinctively grabbed the heavy book and threw her red cloak over the wolf's face, stopping him for just a minute. Grandma says,
Let me out. Let me out. I need to help Little Red. Let me in. Let me in. Let me out.
and ran after Little Red. She ducked into the closet just as his jaws were about to snap shut. As a little parting gift, she smacked him a good one on the tender nose.
There. Oh.
Close the door.
Close the door. I don't want them to get us.
Little Red called for help on Grandma's portable phone, which Grandma, in her haste to get away from the wolf, had tucked into the pocket of her robe. The wolf snarled at the door. He didn't hear the zookeeper behind him until it was too late. They shot him up with a tranquilizing dart and trussed him in a net.
Can we come out now? Very quiet.
Later, they found out that the wolf had been sent to a zoo in a faraway city. Little Red and Grandma were both relieved and spent many happy hours sharing the books they had together. Fortunately for Little Red's temper and wardrobe, Father bought other colors for her to wear, thereby improving her disposition. And they all lived happily ever after, except, of course, for the wolf, who was forced to live the end. Okay, at this time, I'd like to introduce our cast members, and then afterwards, parents, if you would like to stay, we'll have them stick around for a little while and do pictures if you like. Okay, Gabby, my start.
I'm in 4th grade and I am in Mrs. Schmidt's 4th grade class.
And what part did you
I play Grandma. I'm Alex Gerstner from Mrs. Schmidt's 1st grade class, and I play the zookeeper and the narrator and the father. I'm Amaya Bird, and I played Little Red Riding Hood. My name is Calvin Zulsdorf, and I'm in Mr. Schmidt's 1st grade class, and I played a wolf.
Okay, let's give them one more round.
We'd like to thank Mrs. Brolick for being the producer and the director and the time these kids spent on this wonderful